Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Greetings, people of Earth. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared with
Brian Held.
Brian Held. How are you, Buckaroo?
I'm good, man. I'm a little hungover, actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah, well.
Who are you?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know you.
I went to the fundraiser event that was at the Bad Wolf Bar and Grill last night.
Where everyone knows your game.
Absolutely. And, of course, I stayed out a little late, but they let me play on stage and
party
pick
animal.
Raffle numbers and all that kind of stuff.
Stop. I saw something on the social media pages. Someone didn't know who you were?
Oh.
Someone didn't know regional celebrity Brian Held?
Yeah, somebody came in and they were friends with another person and they're like, oh, well, this is this so-and-so and here's so-and-so and I'm sorry, I don't know your name. And everybody freaked out. They were like, oh my God, can we restage that and record it?
Are you okay? How are you holding up, Brian?
I'm going to make it, I think. So.
In other news, Brian Held was not noticed by local personalities?
Yes.
No, non-personalities?
I don't know. It's
some rando didn't know Brian.
There you go. So regardless, we had a really good time. We raised a lot of money for this couple who has had a bunch of medical bills, and it's really gotten them down. And so we were able to give back. And that's one of the things I love about the Bad Wolf is they do give back to the community.
Absolutely. Let's lay out the show as always. We'll start off with top nerd news. And Brian, I know you're just an old softy. You hired Skungy back, so we got to bring him back on.
Well, because he has all the details on Red Dead Redemption 2.
You're a puddin'. No. You're a puddin'.
And then, of course, we're going to have a guest, one of our Contraflow guests, Manu Intiraymi. He was Icheb on Star Trek Voyager.
Cool.
Yeah, so he'll be in the third segment, and then we'll close it all out with This Week in Geek History.
And she went freaking Contraflow is like 2 weeks from now, next week.
Yes, the 16th through the 18th of November.
Holy Mary, Mother of God. But first. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by the Viridian Tea Company. Find them on Etsy. And now, your top nerd news stories. Topping us off, Brian, since Viridian Tea Company is our sponsor,
yeah,
I asked Kim for her address to mail her something like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's still sitting on my table.
Oh,
I have yet to
Dave.
mail it to her. Sorry, Kim. It's coming soon. I promise.
Oh, man. Do I have to go to your house and get the package and mail it myself?
I need a lot of help, but I don't think you can help me in that.
All right. Fair enough. All
What's
right.
topping us off?
Topping us off, man. Big news coming out of Blizzcon 2018. That's been all weekend long. Lots of announcements, but do you want to start with the controversy first?
What?
Of
Hi,
course.
my name is David. Have we met?
Right. So one of the big announcements is Diablo Immortal, which is a mobile version of the Diablo franchise that they've been working on. They wanted to get that out to the masses.
Right.
And they suffered a huge backlash from their fans.
What happened?
Just people did not respond in a kind fashion, right, to this announcement because basically you have an arena full of mostly PC fans,
who are bunch of PC Master Race folks
who are looking for Diablo 4. They want the next version of the franchise,
right? And they had teased that they were actually going to give us Diablo news. They didn't say what
exactly.
They just said news
exactly. And when it came out that it was a mobile game, I guess the PC Master Race folks were like, look, you goofy mobile game players, you know, right?
Man,
yeah,
you are being harsh
tonight,
man.
I'm a little speculation in there, but basically that's kind of what it was. To the point, like there were pictures online of the queue to like play the demo or whatever, and it was completely empty.
Nice,
right? And
they just refused. We'll show you. We don't need your stupid phone games.
And then they had the Q&A with the developers, and one guy became an internet hero by getting on the mic and saying, "Is this an early April Fool joke?"
Boom.
So, yeah, it's the memes are all over the place. I'm seeing them pop up all over the net. It's brutal, and
it's like they come up on stage, We have great Diablo news. news! Whip out your phones!
Right.
Surprise.
There you go. I mean, they're like, don't all you guys have phones? You can play it wherever you want. And they were like, we want it on the PC.
I'm not a big fan of PC Master Race folks, but I feel their pain, and I think their anger is warranted. So good on them.
So, I just think they could have probably handled the Fallout a little better, and I don't know, basically, because they keep saying, look, we're working on more Diablo stuff, and like, nobody cares.
Now, didn't you say before the show, you were saying that they threw up an Elder Scrolls logo or something?
No, I was referencing in E3, the press conference for Bethesda, those guys threw up a background, like just this vista, right?
Right.
And then it says Elder Scrolls 6, right, or 7, but it's that 3 seconds of screen time, and people went nuts. And they're like, clearly they're working on it. We've seen something, even though it really wasn't much of anything. Blizzard could have did the same thing, and they didn't. So that's kind of a miss on their part. A bunch of other stuff that's cool that's going on. One of the big things is World of Warcraft Classic has been announced, and that's going to be coming out in summer of 2019. So basically,
are they going to re-release more Mountain Dews?
Maybe so. But if you missed World of Warcraft when it came out, and you want to experience it like it was when it first released 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was.
Blocky looking and laggy?
No, they're remastering it to make it look better. Oh. All right, but it's the same old content, so you can go back to Onyxia's Lair and Molten Core and do the whole Leroy Jenkins and do all that kind of stuff. So I think it's nifty, and if you already subscribe to World of Warcraft, you will get access to it for free.
I was an EverQuest guy, sorry.
Yeah, no, I know. I played WoW for about 3 years. That was 3 lost years.
Let's say you're still going to meetings?
Oh, yeah.
You're still going to meetings?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. What else did I want to mention
Overwatch?
here?
Lego Overwatch?
Yeah.
They got Legos, Brian!
That is pretty cool.
More Legos.
Right.
And then we got a Lego store in Lakeside now, too.
We do. And there's a Lego convention coming to New Orleans.
Shut the front door.
There is. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I got to notice it. Somebody sent it to me. I got to get some more information, get it out there. But yes, it's coming to the Pontchartrain Center in Canberra.
Canberra. All right, well, we need to get your own Lego minifigure so you can pass them around and give them to small children. Just say, this is a choking hazard.
Right. That's fair enough. But yeah, a lot of other Overwatch news. The 29th hero in Overwatch was announced. It's Ashe of the Deadlock Gang. She is a new DPS character that's coming out. She has some ties with McCree, who's the cowboy guy.
I know. I dressed up like him for Halloween last year.
And so, I'm telling our listeners.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
But anyway, so there's some backstory there. They did release a new animation, which their animations are Pixar quality. They're so fantastic. So adding a little bit more to the story, there's a new character that was introduced in there that we know nothing about it. It's not going to be playable, but it's like, I want to know more about that. So hopefully we'll get teased over time.
My son, who I use as a great source for information, says that basically Ashe is like a cross between Sombra and Widowmaker. And you took great offense.
Well, no, I just took offense that you didn't believe that they...
I don't believe anything you say.
Oh, well. Then I guess we won't go anywhere with that discussion. Hey, Destiny 2 is free on Battle.net until November 18th. So if you have a Battle.net account and you want a copy of Destiny 2 for free for all time, log in before November 18th and claim your free copy.
I can only get through Battle.net through GeoCities, though, so how am I going to do that now?
You'll have to download it. Download the launcher on your computer.
Okay. I want to get the Commodore 64 Mini. That's what I want for Christmas.
Okay.
I want that because it's actually got BASIC in it, dude.
Yeah,
I know. It's awesome sauce.
You can use BASIC on a regular
All right,
PC.
let's talk about Fallout. Since we're talking about Fallout of Blizzard, let's talk about Fallout 76.
Yes. So the beta for PC users and PS4 users dropped on October 30th.
And you were the happiest girl in town.
Well, I would have liked to have been, but on Tuesday, October 30th, when I went to log in and I clicked on play.
What happened, Brian?
The entire file that I downloaded, 50 gigs that I downloaded, disappeared. And then
What happened then?
Well, then I saw it said 8 hours.
8 hours
to
for
download
what?
it?
To download it? And you already downloaded it, though, right?
Well, I preloaded it once.
Okay.
And the beta window was only 4 hours.
No!
So I didn't get to play on Tuesday.
Oh my God.
Yes. I was hurt and distraught.
I'm gonna open the lines for you right now. 260-0995. Give us your heartfelt feelings to help Brian get over this hump, this loss of the beta that he's so desperately needed to continue.
Well, but
plodding
I did
through life.
Eventually download it and played it on Thursday.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
All right. Well, let me close the lines back up. Let me close the lines.
So I did. I got to play about an hour and a half of content on there, and it was cool. Obviously I didn't get to see very much, but I'm kind of excited, even though it's this sort of multiplayer deal.
I just love the commercials, though. The commercials are great that they're putting on. I mean, you're seeing it on Monday Night Football now. You're seeing it during the football games. You're seeing it during basketball games. It's just everywhere.
Did you see the modified version of Horse that the Vault Boy was playing with I think it was the Pistons or the 76ers player?
No, you texted me that, and I didn't get a chance to really read that.
Yeah, so instead of Horse...
They're working up with them, right?
Well, it's instead of Horse, it's Special, right? Because those are the characteristics. And, the Vault Boy can't shoot. He can't dunk.
I bet if you use like a mutant's head, he could.
Maybe
I bet he could then.
Maybe so. So it was pretty amusing. Yeah, they're doing a lot of collaboration with all kind of different folks. In fact, I saw an Xbox console that's a tie-in with Xbox, Fallout 76, and the 76ers.
Ooh.
That you can get a skinned Xbox console. It's pretty cool.
That's kind of cool. I don't like the Sixers, but that's all right. It's all good.
Also, interestingly enough, the PC players know this game so well, they have already created mods for the beta. Now, they're all cosmetic, right? So you can load a mod and then it'll change how things look in the game, which I think is pretty nifty, but it's not like game-changing. The PC players did figure out how to modify the INI file, which is what you need to launch the code.
Okay.
And it affected your ping rate, meaning that you could move like essentially as fast as you want, right?
Ooh.
Because ping and the frame rate of the game is important, especially in multiplayer, because if you're moving faster than your opponent, then you're going to kill him every time.
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of amusing. So obviously it's a beta. They're going to have to lock that down at some point.
All right,
yes.
But
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
What did
Meanwhile at the Hall of Justice,
right?
That's a DC reference.
It is a DC. So James Wan has confirmed that Aquaman is in the can. It's ready to go.
So like canned tuna. I'm here all week. Try the meal.
Pretty good. So box office,
news, everyone.
December 21st. You can see Aquaman.
Look, I think. I don't know what I think. It should be okay. I really just don't know what this is going to be. If it's going to be campy and fun, or if they're going to make it all dark but sometimes lighthearted darkness. I mean, those two don't really jive together right now. I mean, I'm actually excited about Shazam more than I probably am about Aquaman.
Right.
I mean, it looks cool. I like Black Manta, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play on the big screen. I am concerned about that.
I'm hoping it's just going to be a fun movie that I can go in and enjoy it, and not try to read too much into it. Speaking of dark and gritty, I just got to mention real quick, I have been keeping up with DC's universe, the Titans.
Ooh.
And the fourth series just dropped, or fourth episode, it's Doom Patrol.
Oh, yeah.
The writing is just tanking.
It's bad?
Between episodes 3 and 4, it's like, are you kidding me? This is the biggest Mary Sue pile of garbage that I've seen. They're like forcing these relationships and these people coming together, and it's like, we're best friends now, and like, really, like that's not how it works in real life. And
but it's a comic book, so you're supposed to suspend
belief. I get that, but it's terrible. Like dude, Robin laid into this innocent dude who was kind of a jerk, but he saw Raven at one point, and so Robin's trying to chase a lead to find out where she is, and he gets to the dude's house, and the dude's all belligerent and I ain't talking to you and whatever. And Robin just bursts in the door and just starts pounding this dude in the face.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's like,
he's angry.
Just a total assault. And then you hear daddy, and there's a kid in a doorway and he backs off, and the kid runs in and hugs his dad. And he's like, she was a girl. I would never hurt a kid, blah, blah, blah.
Wow. And Robin's a punk.
Oh yeah, he is. And so he just kind of rolls out, doesn't even say anything. And then Starfire's standing there, and she just reaches in her pocket, pulls out a wad of cash, and hands it to him.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
It's shush money.
Apparently.
Hush money.
And I'm like, what's going on here, guys? It's just, it's bad.
All right.
I'm going to keep watching. But...
All right, one more thing before we go to break.
Reboots?
Oh, God.
Reboots? Don't talk to me about reboots.
So, yeah, apparently DiCaprio and Andy Muschietti?
Muschietti?
Yes.
It's a Muschietti, mamma mia.
Right. They are remaking The Time Machine. Please, Mary Mother of God, make it stop.
But don't you think there's a new retelling that we could see here? That maybe it only goes like 2 years in the future? And then global warming and everything else has made it a dystopian... Wait. No, that's too close to home.
Yeah. To quote David Duchovny, who cares, right? Like, really?
I really liked the last one, like in 2002. I thought that was pretty cool. Orlando Jones was in it. He played the digital librarian in the screen. That was really cool. I liked that little twist on it. It wasn't preachy. I want a movie that's not preachy. I would bet my left nut that this new movie is going to be all preachy about just make sure you take care of the world before you go in the future. You know, an aluminum can is going to be outside the time machine, and you're going to see it just like explode and just destroy the universe.
I
recycle.
I don't even want to bother with this. Like, no. I don't even think I'd stream this.
All right. Well, we've gotten so down. Let's cheer ourselves up before we go to break.
All right. With what? Oh, so
this wonderful song.
Oh, jeez. All right, guys. When we get back, we're going to talk to our boy Skungy and get his pick of the week. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
But you'll win yourself a girl if you've only got a mustache, a mustache, a mustache. If you've only got a mustache.
Boldly going where no bar has gone before. The Bad Wolf is a bar, restaurant, and game shop all in one. You can't beat our specialty drinks, fresh food, and a variety of RPGs, board games, and miniature games for sale or rent. Stop by and hang out, or attend one of our regularly scheduled events, all in a non-smoking environment. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill is located at 2010 O'Connor Street in Gretna, or find us at badwolfbar.com. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill, where everybody knows your game.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Mata Hari, Agent H21, is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Belle Chase Highway today.
Join us this fall at Contraflow, November 16th through the 18th, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Contraflow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and more. This year's featured media guest is actor, writer, and producer Manu Intiraymi from Star Trek Voyager. And the featured author guest is Claudia Gray, author of Leia, Princess of Alderaan. Contraflow, November 16th through the 18th at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, check out their website at contraflowsci-fi.org or find them on Facebook.
This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. Follow them on Twitter at TWIG Radio. Do it now.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. Is D Squared with
Brian Held.
All right, Brian.
Your favorite part of the show?
Yeah.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking, bacon?
Yeehaw! How you doing today?
So,
Wow. All right, partner. Are we going to be doing this entire interview talking
Please
like
don't.
cowboys?
that would be terrible.
Rootin' tootin'. No, I can't do that.
Knock, knock.
Who's
No.
there?
Yeah.
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 Yahoo.
Yahoo! I didn't know you were
I
a
walked
cowboy.
right into the door. You opened it up. I got right in.
All right,
Terrible.
Red Dead Redemption. Is that what we're talking about?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice.
So, I'm going to go out. I'm going to say right now, Red Dead Redemption 1 is in my top 10 video games of all time.
All right.
It was an absolute masterpiece. I think it's better. It was the best game that Rockstar Games has ever made, and that beats any of the Grand Theft Autos, L.A. Noire, any game that they have made. Red Dead Redemption was the best.
All right.
It's been replaced.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
All right. Red Dead Redemption 2. Man, okay. I see. This is a game that's so good, I don't even know where to start. All right. This is a game, number one. So I'll start at the beginning, basically. All right. It's set in 1899, and you're playing a guy named John Marston. I mean, you're playing a guy named Arthur Morgan, but you meet up with John Marston, who was in the first game. So
Okay.
it's a prequel to Red Dead Redemption 1. So you get to see the gang that John Marston was part of in the first game, and what led to him having to track down the gang in the first game.
All right. Cool.
All right. Interesting.
So this game is, the first one came out 8 years ago, and people have been chopping at a bit for the next one for years. This game, basic story gameplay, you're looking at 60 hours.
Wow.
Holy guacamole.
I'm not talking about side missions or anything like that.
You're
or
talking about
even
just main storyline.
main storyline. This game has like little interactions throughout the entire world. Like you'll just be riding your horse and somebody will run up to you and go, "Hey, mister, can you help me?" And you can go and help them or you can't. This game has a living, breathing world. It's got various areas. You've got snowy mountainous peaks. You've got swamps. You've got forests. You've got plateaus. You got like little homesteads. You've got huge plantations. You've got old west towns. And you have even a New Orleans style, like turn of the century, trying to be a modern city.
So New Orleans is in this game?
Yeah, there's a city that is inspired by New Orleans with streetcars and the architecture and the southern plantations and whatnot.
Yeah. Now, real quick, I wanted to mention to you, Skungy, you may not realize it, but one of those little kids, "Hey, mister, can you help me?" That could be one of the voices of Peyton Weish, who was our guest all the way back November 3rd, 2016.
When he talked about somebody coming up going, "Hey, mister, can you help me?" "Sorry, little missy, I have to follow this here major plot line. It says plot right over here. I'm going this way."
Right. But yeah, no, I saw it finally revealed since the game's out. They've been posting on social media that they did voice work. So,
well, that's a cool thing about this game. It has these little moments throughout the game that you can go and help somebody. They'll come up to you while you're riding on your horse, and you can go help them, but you don't have to if you don't want to. This game has a deliberate pace. Now, here's the thing about it. You're going to play this game. Everything from even Arthur Morgan's walking. He walks at a regular, slow, normal pace, like a normal human being would. This game is not meant to be run through. And now a lot of people will compare Red Dead Redemption to like a Grand Theft Auto because they think it's made by the same people. It's Grand Theft Auto in the Old West.
all right.
It's not. The whole world is very slow and deliberate. Everything that you do has a pace to it. So like you have to, if you want to drink coffee, you have to brew the coffee before you drink it.
Interesting.
So it's like you have to, like everything, it makes it feel real. It makes the world feel like it's alive. You have to go, hunt. When you hunt, you want to bring food back to the camp. You actually have to go hunt the animal and bring the animal to the camp for them to cook it. Then the stew is available.
So wait, this kind of sounds like Real Life Simulator 1800s edition. Is that what we're talking about?
Basically,
I've heard people call it Grand Theft Horse.
It's Grand Theft. Well, there's the thing. It's like, speaking of horses in this game, horses are like a huge commodity. You actually bond with your horse. You have to feed your horse. You have to clean your horse. You have to take care of your horse and have a bond with the horse. If you don't, it won't really react to you. And like when you're in desperate situations, it'll buck you off. But if you have a horse,
yeah. And
exactly. And
what
if
happens?
You high-hole silver and you ha't had a good relationship with it, you're in trouble.
And
but
what
if you
happens?
had a great relationship with it, it's stronger, it's faster, it's resistant to like cold weather.
And what happens if you punch your horse?
Oh, if you mongo your horse is what you're trying to say?
Well, just, I've seen
or
some...
punch a camel like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Right, I've seen people punch their horse and get kicked, right?
Yeah, it'll kick you. It reacts like a live animal. And your horse, you can like do a lot of work and have a great bond with this horse, and it can get killed by a stray bullet.
Oh, that's crazy.
That sucks.
And all that is, like a friend of mine on Facebook put a thing about like all the horses that have died while he's played, and he has like a memorial for each one.
Oh my God! All right, so now look, I've been paying attention just to like all the social medias though, and it's seeing a huge cross section of people are really loving this game, like kids, adults, sports ball fans, Uber nerds. Everybody really seems to get on board with this game. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a game really explode this much in recent history.
Over $700 million in their opening weekend.
Yeah, that's...
It beat Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that goes to show you right there. So it's a mixture of things. It's the open world gameplay where you can basically do anything. You're not tied down to a story mode. You can, and the story, man, I'm going to tell you, this is the best story that Rockstar has done to date. It is a rich story where you've got high stake heists and shootouts and chases, and everything feels dynamic. There is even a mode where you can sit there and hold the camera and make the camera look like a dynamic movie camera, where it's like you're looking at a movie.
Nice.
You've got top-notch voice acting, a script that is out of this world that perfectly balances comedy, because this is the most serious thing that Rockstar's ever done. Rockstar always has a kind of tongue-in-cheek. If you're used to the, Grand Theft Auto, it's got like a little bit, it's got seriousness to it, but the humor normally, outweighs the serious. It's the opposite on this one. There's humor in it, but it's only just to kind of give it a taste of it to move the drama along.
Well, that's fair.
It is a masterpiece of writing and acting and, visuals. The facial animations in this are just...
Brian, I think he
they're
really
draw
likes
drop.
it.
Draw drop.
Yes.
I think he likes it.
Yes.
I think I do. I mean,
So, Skungy, real quick, look, we are getting close to a commercial break. Price and platforms on this one.
Okay, so this one is $59.99 for the regular edition. Now, there are two other versions, the Special Edition and the Ultimate Edition. Special Edition, $79.99, and comes with additional story mode. And then the Ultimate Edition comes with story mode and multiplayer mode. There's no season pass to this game. Now, it is on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. It hasn't been released on the PC yet. We don't know when that's going to happen yet. And also, there's a multiplayer mode of the game which has not been released yet. That will not happen for a while.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much, Skungy. And, big praise from Skungy. It's on his top 10 list of all time.
It has replaced it. It is in my top 10 of all time. You cannot, if you want an overall experience, this is probably the best thing you can buy all year.
Awesome. All right. Well, you did such a great job this week, Skungy. We're not going to fire you.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dang it.
So you better bring us something good next week.
All right, then. I will bring you Barbie's Horse Adventure next week.
Nice. All right, I'm on board. All right, Skungy, get out of here.
Later.
All right, guys, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to have our guest, Manu Intiraymi from Star Trek Voyager. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Belle Chase Highway today.
Join us this fall at Contraflow, November 16th through the 18th, a science fiction convention featuring writers, artists, and entertainers from all over the country. Contraflow will have gaming, music, an art gallery, vendors, and more. This year's featured media guest is actor, writer, and producer Manu Intiraymi from Star Trek Voyager. And the featured author guest is Claudia Gray, author of Leia, Princess of Alderaan. Contraflow, November 16th through the 18th at the Airport Hilton in Kenner. For more information, check out their website at contraflowsci-fi.org or find them on Facebook.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Boldly going where no bar has gone before. The Bad Wolf is a bar, restaurant, and game shop all in one. You can't beat our specialty drinks, fresh food, and a variety of RPGs, board games, and miniature games for sale or rent. Stop by and hang out, or attend one of our regularly scheduled events, all in a non-smoking environment. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill is located at 2010 O'Connor Street in Gretna, or find us at badwolfbar.com. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill, where everybody knows your game.
You're listening to the Week in Geek.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Make it a habit, will ya?
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Here's David and Brian.
Welcome back in. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. D Squared along with
Brian Held.
All right, Brian, we have a very special guest on the line with us.
Absolutely. We have actor of TV, film, and producer Manu Intiraymi. How are you, sir?
Hey, guys. Show crashing. What's up?
Oh, man. Nothing. I mean, obviously we're excited to see you.
Just doing a show, chilling.
Right. We're going to see you in a couple of weeks, but we'll get to that in a second. But I wanted to start out, people probably remember you from Star Trek Voyager, was Icheb, right? Was the character?
Well, most people remember me as Icheb, but you could remember me as Icheb.
All right, fair enough.
Brian can't pronounce his way out of a paper bag.
Yeah, all right, fine. Regardless.
I like him.
Yeah, no, he's going to
pick on Brian more, man.
He's going to give me a hard time. But you have done so much more since then, and you're a producer. For our listeners, what is a producer?
That is a very tough question to answer. A producer is basically anybody that does anything to get a movie up and off the ground. But there are so many different types of producers. You've got post-production supervisors. Those are technically producers. Those are the guys that actually, after the movie is shot, are in the edit bay every day with the sound guy and doing the sound mix and doing the editing and the special effects supervisors are producers. Then you've got executive producers that really just hand over money and then get their name up there because they financed it.
Right.
And then you've got regular producers that don't own the movie at all, don't have anything to do with actually, ownership of the film, but you hire a bunch of producers to come to set, and they basically, they do everything. They make sure the lights are there, the camera's there, the cables are there, the people are there, the call sheets are done. Basically, it's the day-to-day process of, the 55-man teams up into if you make an $80 million film, you've got like 1,500 people probably working for you or more.
Wow.
Or working with you in different locations. And basically, it's just, producers are, for the most part, if you say you're a producer, you're the day-to-day grind of making sure that a film crew is working on the film and not just wasting the money.
All right.
Note to self, I can't do that.
Okay. Yes. No.
It's a horrible job.
Don't put me down for that.
And
Right.
It's thankless. Yeah.
So you've got so much stuff that you're working on, and we're going to dig into it in a second, but I was totally stalking you on social media earlier today to see what, different things you're working on, and you had something posted that I went and watched. It's about 21 minutes in length, called Instant from Roddenberry Entertainment. Tell our listeners about this, because I was just blown away.
No, the whole world should watch Instant. If you go to Roddenberry.com, Roddenberry, it's Rod Roddenberry. It's the son of the famous Gene Roddenberry who made Star Trek. Rod is now, of course, making the new Star Trek. He's one of the producers. See how I tied that in there?
Yes.
Yeah, see
nice.
what he did there.
He's one of the producers of the new Star Trek. He's got a company called Roddenberry Entertainment, and they made a short film with me and Tyler Hilton and some amazing people that really touches your heart, and it's up for free. You can stream it at Roddenberry.com. It's 21 minutes. It's a great story, and it's got a great twist that'll definitely get you and do to you what movies should do to most people, and that is touch them somewhere in their heart, their mind, or their pants. And as long as it does one of those three things to you, we're proud of it.
Yeah. No, it was incredible. I'm definitely going to get that shared out on our page, because I was absolutely blown away. So you have a big project that you're working on right now that I'd like to dig into a little bit, called The Circuit.
Yeah.
So
it's actually called... Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine. What is it?
Oh, well, it's a science fiction anthology series in the long run, but it's looking like we're going to come out with a movie first. But it's basically, the idea is 10 different episodes of a science fiction anthology, but on the lighter side of science fiction, because there's all these science fiction shows like Dark Mirror and Black Mirror and Electric Dreams that all seem to be focused on the dark side of science fiction, the dystopian universe. And I don't think there's enough fun science fiction out there like Men in Black, like the more...
Yeah.
So we're going to do 10 episodes, 10 different subgenres. Each episode is a different subgenre of science fiction, all that take place in the same fictional city called Urbiessa, which is this large, extremely large mega city, sort of like in Judge Dredd, those gigantic.
Yeah. Oh, I love
cities.
Judge Dredd. Yeah.
And so 10 stories that happen there, but all like sci-fi comedy, sci-fi adventure, sci-fi fantasy, sci-fi documentary, sci-fi, we're going to go toward the fun side of science fiction instead of like just dark Terminator stuff.
Right. And you've got quite a cast listed on your website. Gigi Edgley is part of this. Yeah. Doug Jones, Walter Koenig, Terry Farrell. I mean, how are you getting all these guys? I mean, these are all these classic sci-fi folks that we love.
Well, I was lucky enough to start producing 10 years ago, and I was also, of course, on Star Trek Voyager, and so I had spent a good 15 years of my life running around the world to Star Trek conventions and Comic-Cons and meeting all these great actors. And as a producer, it's a big edge to have had that in my life. Very thankful for Star Trek, because you get to meet all these people from all these different sci-fi and fantasy and epic shows like Game of Thrones. We've got people from Game of Thrones. We've got people from Star Trek, Star Wars, etc. And you get to meet them all. You get to meet your heroes too. Like one night I was literally at a table after a con, and like across from me is Harry Potter. On my left was Princess Leia, and on my right was Knight Rider.
Nice.
And I'm sitting there like going, this. If I was 5 years old and I would have pictured my life down the road, and this would have been it, I would have been jumping around in a circle, like stoked.
Oh yeah.
But really, at the moment, it was just super surreal. I was just like, "What am I doing at this table?" Very strange, but it's very cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You get to make friends with all these people, and I just have pitched them the idea, and they all sort of got on board, and more people are coming on board every day, and more people are coming on board to invest and to donate to the project, and we're hoping to make something really big out of it instead of just if it just ends up being a YouTube show, then so be it. We're hoping that we're going to be able to get it up on a streaming service or a cable network.
Now, did I read this correctly in relation to this project that you're soliciting fan-written scripts for this?
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
we have.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what we want to do is when the pilot is finished, and even if it's feature length and it's released as a film, we'd like to have 10 episodes ready to shoot, like 10 screen-ready, shoot-ready, production-ready screenplays. And right now we have 5 going on 6. And a couple of them are fan-written. And we love them. We got submissions over the last couple of years if you go to the website. Or if you just write a story 1 to 35, 40 pages maximum in length, that takes place in the Urbiessa universe, which is at least 50 to 75 years into the future in this large megacity. And submit it to Manu Intiraymi at thecircuitfilm.com. I'll read it, and if we dig it, we'll make a deal, and you guys will come on board the show.
So that's an awesome opportunity for just, regular average Joes out here to get a break in the industry, right?
Yeah, and not just writers. We're asking, it's sort of like we're trying to make this a community project for anybody that's interested in independent film. If you're at home and you've been working on makeup or wardrobe, or say you're a cosplayer and you're building costumes or props or things like that, we want to bring at least a number of amateur, talented folks out there that onto each episode that we do. And so if you're excited about the show, if you dig the idea, write me, show me what you're doing, show me your art, and hopefully if it's awesome and it fits one of the episodes we're doing, then we'll bring you on.
Fantastic. And so are you bringing any of that down to Hollywood South down here for us?
Hollywood South? Yeah, probably. We don't even know where we're shooting episode 1 yet. It looks like it's a possibility that we're doing episode 1 in London, of all places.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so, we're not settled. So it's probably the nature of the show is that it's probably going to hop around quite a bit because of the scope of the series. And what a fun thing it would be to get to do 10 different episodes and jog around the country and around the world doing it. So, it was amazing. We started it on Kickstarter. We were able to raise $100,000 quickly on Kickstarter, and then it's progressively built up from there. And we're looking for investors. We've got a couple of big meetings this month. Not this month, the next month. Sorry. We also, I don't want to announce it yet. I shouldn't. It's too early. But there's a big company we might be partnering with. But it's about to take off, and it's been it is my passion project. I'm going to be on this thing for however long it takes to get it going.
Cool. Well, we are getting close to a commercial break, so how can folks find out about all these projects that you're working on and keep up with on social media and all that good stuff?
You can always follow me personally at Manu Intiraymi on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And if you want to check out the circuit, go to thecircuitfilm.com and look at the website.
All right, and go ahead.
There's also a Facebook page at The Circuit Movie. you can track it there too.
All right, good deal. And, of course, you are going to be in town November 16th, 17th, 18th at Contraflow as our media guest, right?
I will be, and I'll also be bringing a copy of Instant. Hopefully we'll be able to screen it on a nice big screen and talk about it afterwards.
And then we'll ply you with booze and find out what these other things you're working on right now.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we throw wicked parties down here, man. So
right on.
Yeah, good deal. Well,
yeah, I'm looking forward to Contraflow. That's going to be fun. Everybody should come out.
Absolutely. All right, well, Manu, hang tight for me for a second, but thank you so much.
Okay.
Awesome. Guys, stay tuned. When we get back from these short commercial messages, we'll close out the show as we always do with This Week in Geek History. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends. Boldly going where no bar has gone before. The Bad Wolf is a bar, restaurant, and game shop all in one. You can't beat our specialty drinks, fresh food, and a variety of RPGs, board games, and miniature games for sale or rent. Stop by and hang out, or attend one of our regularly scheduled events, all in a non-smoking environment. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill is located at 2010 O'Connor Street in Gretna, or find us at badwolfbar.com. The Bad Wolf Bar and Grill, where everybody knows your game. Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Mata Hari, Agent H21, is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Now, back to the Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Yeah, you'll definitely want to tell your enemies.
Welcome back in. This is The Week in Geek. Now, as always, we want to strongly urge you to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, and the Instagram's The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you missed any part of tonight's show or you want to catch your favorite part again, like that fantastic interview we just had, you can find us on Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. We're also on iTunes, YouTube, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, the iHeartRadio app, and at WRNO.com.
And your mama's house. All right, so without further ado...
This Week in Geek
history.
We're sending you back to the future!
Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, read by Brian Held. Available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Wow.
All right, I got some interesting ones here, Dave. On October 29th, 1993. This is by far my wife's favorite movie in the world. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas is released. It's a great movie.
It's on like every night of the week for October during, like what is it, Freeform, I guess is what it's called now or something?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, no, it's great movie. All right, I think I have to mention this every year because it's super cool. October 30th, 1938.
Is this the H.G. Wells thing?
Orson Welles broadcast The War of the Worlds, scaring some who missed the disclaimers at the beginning of the presentation.
Always tune in at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah.
Because you might miss something important.
Yes.
Like if you didn't listen to the beginning of today's show, you wouldn't know that somebody didn't know who Brian Held was.
Yes, exactly.
See?
Right. 7 p.m. Central on the dial. I thought this was kind of interesting. October 31st, 2011. The United Nations Population Fund officially designates that day as when the world's population reaches 7 billion people. So,
wait, come again?
Earth's population reached 7 billion on October 31st in 2011.
2011.
All right,
Jesus.
and I checked before I came to the show today. We're at 7.5 billion. So we've gotten 500 million more people in the past 7 years.
Wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up.
Right.
All right, what's next?
This one's really cool. On November 1st, 1909, E.M. Forster publishes the science fiction short story The Machine Stops in the Oxford and Cambridge Review. And basically, it is a exploration of the consequences of a complete technological breakdown in society that is too dependent on information technology. And this 1909 was eerily prophetic when he had telecommunications, he had video conferencing, he had essentially social media, like and I started reading, because you can find it, it's free on the net, right? And I read, I don't know, a third of it, and it was like, oh my God. Like, I could totally see where he's coming from.
Could have
but
been a time traveler.
Maybe he was. Yep. All right. This one's for you. November 3rd, 1954. Is when the original Godzilla debuts.
Gojira.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
My brother loves it more than I do. He is a Godzilla-loving fool. He will watch like Mechagodzilla, Godzilla versus Frankenstein, whatever the hell else. There's 8 billions of them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. He loves them all.
Last one on my list, November 4th, 1922. Sees the discovery of KV-62, also known as King Tut's tomb in the Valley of the Kings. So, yes, Howard Carter was the guy who discovered that.
And then they all died.
Yes.
Because tomb was cursed. Cursed, I tell you.
TT flies or something like that?
No, it was the mummy's curse.
Right. All right. Birthdays real quick. On the 29th, Winona Ryder. On the 30th, Clement Posey, who was Fleur Delacour in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, she was hot.
On the 31st, Erica Serra. She was Deputy Joe Lupo in Eureka, but she's been in a bunch of stuff. So, on the 1st, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
right.
On the 3rd, Gabe Logan Newell, or Gaben as folks know him. He's the guy who created Valve.
We didn't even talk about the one of the top nerd news stories that was like Apple is fixing their vintage equipment.
They are.
From 2012.
They're running a pilot
vintage?
Program. What are you talking about?
How's
Technology?
2012 vintage?
Oh, look.
Apple IIe. Update my Apple IIe. That's vintage.
When it comes to technology, last year is vintage.
Whatever.
Last on my list on the 4th is Ralph Macchio.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man, and I don't have it.
Our guest next week, Claudia Gray, in studio, author of Leia, Princess of Alderaan and Bloodlines, and also Defy the Stars. She'll be here, so it'll be awesome.
All right, till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Lay all we really had to
new home for Walton and Johnson. News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.